Hi everyone. For those of you that are new to our channel or maybe haven't heard, our garden dog Mac, who's 14 years old, recently passed from cancer just this past week. And he's been with us since the very first day of our YouTube channel back in 2012. We love him very much and miss him, and I know he won his way into many of your hearts as well.
We'd like to begin by telling you all thank you so much for your love and support in the comments. A lot of you were so encouraging and just said, take your time. Don't feel like you need to hurry and do another video, which we haven't. Take the time that you need to grieve with Mac. And we really have been touched by that. And we will respond to your comments in time if we have not yet.
Our society doesn't talk about grief much, especially grief over losing a pet. They're a member of the family, and we've seen many of you talk about that in the comments. So we encourage that here, and we're here for you as well. Thanks for being here for us.
I love how Kim placed this here just nonchalantly, and I thought, you know, that's a great idea there. We're going to make some type of marker for Mac with his bandana and his collar, so keep an eye out for that as well.
And many of you have also mentioned that you're planting a vegetable or a perennial in memory of Mac. We want to thank you for that. That really means a lot to us. And I also want to do that somewhere in my garden, maybe right here. I'm just trying to think of the right perennial to plant. I'd love to plant something black and white, something that will come back every year. So if you have any ideas, please let me know that in the comments too. So we put together this video as a tribute to Mac, all the way from his puppy days to his YouTube days, sharing some behind the scenes of what went on behind our YouTube videos and what he meant to our family.
Mac also gave me one last big gift, which I'll share with you during the video as well.
We got Mac 14 years ago from my sister's ranch in Colorado. His mom was an actual working ranch dog, but now he was a California dog and our kids absolutely loved him.
We're not sure what it was with him in that table, but he loved sitting on top of it. He's a true snuggling, cute little puppy that the kids always just loved cuddling with him. This time period is way before we even had the backyard garden makeover show and way before even YouTube existed for us. Drew and his cousin Tyson were playing with Mac in the back while I would practice camera maneuvers with some type of homemade jib that I made so I could try and get cool, smooth shots. And Mac was just so cute and still kind of clumsy at this age that he was just so fun to watch. And I always loved his white paws. And I love how those kind of stuck with him all throughout his life.
Tyson, I threw a ball. Good boy. He likes that.
We loved taking Mac for walks and to the park behind our house with the kids, and he quickly became a part of our family. Every year we had a tradition of having Mac wake up our kids on their birthdays, and he absolutely loved it. He knew exactly what his job was. Our kids loved it too, and it became a family tradition over the years, even as they got older.
Thanks. Love you.
Hey. Happy birthday, Dribby.
Bye.
Bye, Cameron.
Want to go on a walk? Huh? Would you like to go on a walk? Okay, let's go. Let's go on a walk. Yeah, come on. Come on.
And then we started our YouTube channel, and Mac just always wanted to be with us as we were filming out in the garden. Somehow Mac just knew whenever Jerry grabbed his camera, it was time to film, and he would position himself right next to me, ready to be the star of the show.
Not only did Mac know when we were filming, he knew when to start and when to stop and wait for Kim to get down the meandering path. He just really dug on it, I think.
Which is enough to protect your vegetables from a light frost.
He even knew when to just sit still, look into the camera as I did a push-in shot. Does Mac eat tomatoes? He's right behind you, see?
He turned his nose up. He's not a vegetable guy.
Mac, do you want some lettuce? It's the fourth piece of lettuce Mac has eaten. You're so healthy, Mac. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's eating it. Let's try some arugula. Mac.
What? Mac is a herding dog. When Kim and I hike, she can out-hike me because she has a longer stride. So for 6 miles, Mac would constantly come back, check on me to make sure I was okay, and herd me back up to her. He did this all day long. It was a really cool thing to watch him do this all instinctively. In this next shot, Mac, it's a simple fly over the top. Mac has no problem with it. And here he's just getting right back into the shot again to be next to Kim.
So now let's go over here to the red planter area, and this is where things are looking really, really toasted. Welcome.
What's funny in this shot is Mac realizes Kim's going the other direction, so he quickly turns around, runs up to catch up to her so he can get in the frame.
We were under a heat wave, so really the winter garden is just getting underway. Now let's talk fall mums for just
Here's supposed to be a flyover again, but he wanted to smell the lens.
Colors are just so long lasting. So if you have
In this
6
shot,
days,
Max,
these
no way,
cooler
I'm just going
relaxed
back up
peaceful
to the
energy.
top. I'm cool.
Hi everyone.
We are on our way down to the garden for tonight's dinner.
So much fun
Another
when
cool
the
shot
garden
of
gets
Mac
back,
following
the
us
nursery
down
vegetables all
on the
summer long.
meandering path.
This is
We do have to be
life.
careful because sometimes he tries to slither through and has almost tripped Kim a couple of times.
I cannot wait
Here
to
Mac
get Big
saying,
Kahuna put on
I'm
the
not going to
scale.
be in
Let's
this
see how
shot.
much this
And he
bad
ends
boy
up taking
weighs.
off and goes upstairs. But we are rolling.
Mac is just such a good companion in the garden. I love having him out here with me. Thanks for watching. See you next time in the garden.
November of 2024, we find out that Mac has melanoma cancer.
Now I'm going to put all my ingredients here in my bucket and go down and do the same to my orange tree down in the chill zone.
This shot amazes me to this day. Kim gathers all her things. She's going to
Mac.
head down the stairs, but I know that Mac will
Good
not
boy.
go down these stairs. He never has. I need to roll with it, so I keep following Kim down, and I hear Mac's feet pitter-patting across the deck, and he's picked up on it, and he's headed off to the other side of the meandering path, and he's on his way down.
Hey Mac, can you help me out? Come here. We have some beautiful chard here to harvest in my 5-gallon Calican Smart Pot. Now, often we'll sit out here on the deck and have lunch, and I'll just pop over here and harvest a few leaves to eat with our tuna wraps or our chicken wraps or whatever we're having for lunch. Nothing beats garden fresh, right, Mac? It also gets the moisture
This
levels
may
nice
very
and
well
even,
be
so
the most
that's
precious
why
shot
they
yet.
to thrive from the
Kim goes
get-go.
around the
Now,
planter.
come on over to this side,
Mac stays
and let me
behind,
show you how much more
and
it's
Mac
settled,
says, I need
on
to
this
be over
side.
there.
Maybe
And
about
he'll go
even
over
8
to her
10
and
inches
sit
over
right along
here.
her side
So I'm not sure
like he
why.
has
Maybe
done
my
so
raised bed
for all
isn't
these
super
years.
level. But if I
Gets
wasn't
me every
adding
time.
soil up to the top of the raised bed, you can see how I grow smaller, more compact varieties in containers than I grow in my raised beds. So in containers, I'm putting one of my absolute favorites. I've grown it for many years, the Sugar Baby. Mac's trying to help out too, but he's actually kind of right in the way. So I'm gonna put my seeds in here. Mac, you like that, don't you? I'll put my seeds in here right at the base of the trellis. I actually put in 3 seeds. And Mac, are you okay? Actually put in 3 seeds. And again, very important that we're thinning these as we grow so they don't get overgrown and we have a mess of tangled vines. And I'll do the same thing in the second container.
Mac really enjoyed looking out the screen door
Who's that, Mac?
and seeing when Drew would get home or a friend of ours would come over and visit. He just enjoyed walking out and greeting them.
Gazella.
3 surgeries later, it's apparent that this is not going to be treatable.
Hi everyone.
Even with his cancer,
Welcome
Mac
to our
wanted to be in the
garden. Now, I
videos.
know
We
I
never
can't be
forced
the only
him.
one that's made these mistakes.
Both
Let me
gates
know.
on the sides of our house has windows in them so Mac can look out and see the people.
Hey, Mac. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? How you doing, buddy? Good boy.
Thought I'd get a little more energy than that.
First crop I always plant in July are cucumbers.
It was at this moment we knew that there was something serious happening, so we stopped the shoot.
Good boy, Mac. It's okay, buddy.
Good boy, Mac. We love you, buddy. We sure love you, buddy.
My daughter and I were with Mac when he took his last breath, and you would not believe the gift that he gave me. I promise you this. As he passed, he smiled one last time. I saw his lip come up, and I said out loud, I said, "Did you all see that? Mac just smiled one last time. He gave me one last smile." And the doctor said, yeah, that was the moment he passed, and I'm very glad that you got to see that. Truly amazing. Even crossing over into Rainbow Ridge, Mac gave me one last smile. And that's how Mac was. He was such a giver. He was such a giver.
He loved to hug, and for him to give one last smile, it was just such an amazing blessing.